Okay guys, so what I am doing here is I am making a final amendment to my ending TV scene, which is what you can see right now, where Liam is smashing it up. After some feedback, I realised that in order to make it more effective and more emotive, and basically more psychedelic sort of looking, I should actually layer it and maybe make it a bit slower, have a bit more hyper sort of senses with another one, and sort of layer it over and over. So what I am doing here is I am using the same footage. I've just duplicated it. I'm flipping it over so that you can see another TV on it. Then what I have to do is I have to make sure the opacity is correct in order to be able to see it. So as you can see right now, I've made it so you can see both hammers hammering at different times, which is effectively what I wanted to achieve. Furthermore, I'm editing the exposure of it in order to be able to see everything. This makes sure that with the layers it doesn't appear too dark, so you can actually see that one of them's hammering the TV basically. This applies to like the back one. Right now I'm editing the white. There we go, there's the grey, but I feel like that might be a bit too much because you can see the settings very well. So I'm going to bring down the black one, as you've just seen. This is all about editing the corrections, which is how I've edited most of my music video. I've usually set them as a preset. However, with this one, because it isn't a character and it isn't a certain type of thing that I'm wanting to do, it actually requires me to do it manually again. I've just added another one in order to create a different sense, in order to see it as if there was too many screens at once, which is effectively quite postmodern in nature actually. So I'm going to have to edit the opacity of this in order to be able to see it. But first I have to quicken it up by 8. And then I'm going to do an instant replay in order to make it longer and seem as if it's repeating itself. This is effective because it shows that there's different manic phases throughout the video. It juxtaposes with the slow motion of the other clips, and therefore it creates a sense of confusion for the audience, which I personally think is visually gratifying. Right now I'm editing the opacity so that you can actually see it, but although it is a short clip, just a slight catch of what's going on, the audience can gather from that what is effectively happening. So I'm going to make it a bit longer in order to make sure there's a lasting image on there, as opposed to just a 2-second clip. This will make it last longer throughout the actual video. I'm just going to get rid of the type because that always appears once you've done an instant replay. I'm going to speed that up again so that's even quicker. But not too much because I still want it to be the same size as the actual clip that was already there. I'm going to put that towards the back so that it builds up a sort of layer as opposed to starts off as a lot. There you go, as you can see, that's effectively worked. Sorry, I think the Mac froze at this point. I'm just going to view it in the smaller screen in order for me to be able to see without glitching as much. There we go. So it creates a sort of sense of confusion, and it also adds to the sort of mirror effect that I have been using in the past. This is a similar effect to what I have used with the You Can Be Alice towards the start of the thing, where I use the Queen of Hearts lips and Alice being positioned 3 times. This is what the effect that I'm using, apart from the fact that I'm wanting it to create a sense of overlay, and I'm wanting the TVs to smash in the centre really, as opposed to all the same. I'm just going to speed up the rest of the video and you can watch it for yourselves. As you can see, I'm just editing the exposure now so that you can see more of what's happening. because it's so dark, you can't really see the smashing effects and you can't see the glass flying everywhere. So I've edited that so you can see it really.